Thank you very much. And now it gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce my fellow Writers Block member and my friend, a lady of great talent, Biankah Bailey, from St. Thomas, Jamaica.
Both, actually. Here's somebody that okay, so I'm notorious for writing very short poems, so I'm just going to read a few of the things that I've written over the past few years. Alright, so the first piece that I'm going to read tonight is Sandcastles. Sandcastles. Just rebuilt, being dried by the sun, facing the monstrous sea. I watched my last disaster slip back from whence it came, and I stand here again at the same place because there is no other, waiting to once again be washed away by the incoming tide. Sandcastles.
Oh, that was nice and short.
Yeah! Alright, the next piece that I'm going to read is entitled Night Travels. I asked you last night, when do we leave? You told me you wanted to fly with me to the moon and make love 4 feet off the ground. Wanted to defy not only gravity but every single law of motion. But what about Paris, I protested. Paris can wait. You told me you heard the moon was better this time of year. True, I conceded. It's better to receive from you every star in the universe than the Eiffel Tower that tries in vain to touch them. Thank you. And the next piece I'm going to read is entitled The Persistence of Scent. Blank screen, blank sheet, testament to my procrastination. I know I should begin what I need to get done. All I know now is what I can smell. My dinner half eaten, my last cigarette, the incense still burning, my sheets still rank of this morning, our sweat, your cologne. I'm distracted still by your aftershave, your minty kiss, your freshly ironed shirt. I sit here pretending to think of what I need to get done, but all my senses are dead, but smell. The sense of you is imposing, more than just a notion, but more like a presence. Larger than I, larger than any space I occupy, only rivaled by the scent of your absence. The trails of your cologne leading to the door, the sweat on the wristband you left behind. The great nothingness your absence leaves behind smells like your presence and like nothing all at once. Okay, alright. The next piece I wrote right before my 30th birthday. The title is Dusk. Orange, red, pink, warm hues hug the horizon, dancing together in big ripples and wave goodbye to the evening sky. Body glitter, glow sticks, sparkly bits cling to clammy skin, reminiscing about non-stop revelry and shuffling out of the early morning sun. Unfocused fury, scrambled ideas, paths without direction sprawl across an endless plain, etching experience into memory and welcome the midlife glare. Orange, red, pink, warm hues hug the horizon, dancing together in big ripples and wave goodbye to the evening sky. And the next piece, it came from a very personal place, and it's about 4 men in my life who are now deceased. And so it's a little hard for me to read sometimes, but I'm just going to go ahead and read it. Anyway, the title is Finding Father. You were a fading memory, remaining only as a shred of tattered tales of the man my grandma loved. I looked for you in old photographs and anecdotes, and found you there, in my mother's eyes, hair, and memory. You unapologetically loud in your presence, constantly swelling with laughter and stories of the woman my mother was before I came along. I never had to look for you because your voice was always there, on the radio, on the phone, and in my consciousness. You were almost mythically strong, a friend standing by my mother after I had left. I look for you now in memories of overwhelming kindness and find you in my mother's tears and heartrending grief. You were chronically imperfect, always towing the line between my love and contempt, always bearing disappointments in one hand and gifts in the other. I look for you now in our complicated history and find you here in my eyes, my hair, and my memory. The last piece that I'm going to read tonight is one that I have read to death. I've read it a million times at different events that we've held. It's in our first book, the book that we published last year. And the title is How to Write a Love Poem. First off, start with a tone that implies childish hopefulness. Be upbeat when recounting the way in which you met your significant other. Add a dash of almost reckless optimism as you describe how you want to meet the one who haunts your dreams. Tone is important. Few people will get drawn into a love poem after getting an initial whiff of growing pains, sacrifice, disappointment, and then coming back for more, or fights about doing the laundry and vacuuming. Next, get on with the intimate stuff. This is when you'll want to throw in the sultry language, the talk of unmentionable body parts touching, where you'll allude to dim lights, endless kissing, can't get enough of each otherness, the whole world melting away, perfection and oneness in sweat and skin and soul, all the while maintaining a tone that implies you have a secret, even though you've just disclosed some very intimate details about your sex life. If you're writing the love poem that fairy tales are made of, then this is where your poem ends. You might want to throw in a stanza expressing your blindly positive hope for forever together. However, if you're writing a poem about how real love gets, you ought to break out lines reminiscent of My Funny Valentine, stanzas that hilariously depict your partner's adorable flaws, his inability to dance, her unshaved legs and armpits. The comfort you both feel with each other is evident in your newfound pudgy bellies and general lack of superstar attractiveness. Then again, if you're writing a poem about love lost, you'll want to bring out the metaphors that signify your heart breaking, your world shattering, your whole being turning itself inside out, your inability to love again, your decision to love him or her regardless, and the questions. What happened? Why, when we were so perfect before? The why did he's and the how could she's and the screw yous and the I will overcomes. If you're writing your love poem, you already know that you're living the questions. The ability to love again. The world shattering over and over. You are in awe of the adorable flaws. Your world turns to the tune of the growing pains, the sacrifice, the disappointment, and then coming back for more. The dim lights, the endless kissing, the can't get enough of each otherness, and the haunting of your dreams. Thank you very much.